2018 is the year of 18:9 aspect ratio, big bezel-less phones with dual cameras, and they're getting better day by day. But people are still going around and buying 6 and 7-year-old iPhones, and there is only one way to figure out if that's worth it or not. Hello guys, I'm Shlok and I changed my main phone from the Moto G5 Plus to the iPhone 4 for a week. I am moving from a 2018 mid-range phone to a 2010 flagship, and spoiler alert, it is quite interesting. The first thing that I noticed while using this phone is how heavy it is. We have gotten so used to using light big phones that it kind of feels awkward using this. But I have to say, it does feel really premium and I would prefer the build on this one over the Moto G5 Plus any day. It feels great in the hand, and although it feels quite old, it does feel like a flagship phone. But the screen, just look at it for once. It is just as big as two smartwatches from 2018 combined. It is so small that I can fit the whole phone inside the Moto G5 Plus screen. And by 2018 standards, the G5 Plus screen is also not. Yes! But the cool part is I can actually touch the four corners of this phone, and on the Moto G5 Plus, I can't even touch the four corners on the screen itself. This definitely makes one-handed use a lot more easy, and you guys already know what you can do better with just one hand. Yeah, right, press the subscribe button and also the bell notification so that you don't miss any uploads. When you open the camera application, you realize how far we have come. The back camera can get you okay shots when you have enough lighting in your shots, but in bad lighting or even in average lighting, the shots are miserable. The images look grainy and also are not properly exposed, and it would definitely not work well for Instagram. The software itself does not have portrait mode, there is no slow motion, and there is no professional mode either. The front camera is even worse. You can actually see the pixelation of the images on this small screen itself, and it also does not have a moonlight flash. To give you a perspective of how old this is, if you press and hold the home button, you can see it doesn't even have Siri. Do you know Siri? At the time of launch, this was like the real deal. It had the big screen and all the applications that Android didn't have yet, including Temple Run. And to be honest, it still runs great on this phone. In fact, most of the mid-tier games work just well, but compatibility is kind of a problem. Most of the applications do not get installed on this phone, and even the major ones like Facebook and Instagram are not compatible with this. But you can still open YouTube in a browser and play videos, and this problem itself is also present on the 4S, 5 and 5S. So if you are going to buy any of these, make sure you think about this issue. The ones you can download run quite well, unless you start multitasking or even open multiple tabs inside a browser. Then it literally chokes. At the time of launch, this was considered to be fast, and maybe it's because of the size of the applications or Apple doing some magic with these phones, it has started to lag a lot. One thing that was surprisingly really good on this phone is the audio output. From the speaker, it is kind of tiny and not loud enough. But it is still clear, and from the headphone jack, it is great. I would have to say it's a lot louder than the G5 Plus from the audio jack, and it's a little more clear as well. And I would definitely find this comparable to a lot of mid-range phones, and in some cases it could even be better. One thing that I also noticed in this phone is just look at the back. It is completely flat and you can literally slide this on the table, and it is so satisfying when your phone sits flat on the table. And in 2018 there is almost no phone that comes without a camera bump. I'm not an Apple fanboy, but I really like the design on this one. It kind of makes me nostalgic, and I definitely want this trend to come back. The screen is great, it does not look like it lacks pixels. It is bright and vibrant, and it also works well outdoors, unless you put it side by side with a 1080p panel that is from 2018. I would say it's great, but it kind of looks a little yellowish, and also it does not look as sharp. The most frustrating part for me was not the screen or the small speaker, it was the battery. It can last me just about a day, but if I start to game even a little bit, it starts to drain really fast. And the charging time on this one is also really long. It literally takes 3 hours to charge. And when you are used to charging your phone up to 50% in just 15 minutes, this feels like really long. This video is definitely not to take a dig at Apple or iPhones in general. It is to look how far we have come, and also for the people who are still buying 6 and 7-year-old iPhones in 2018. We have seen some drastic improvements in things like the camera, the screen, or even some software features like the portrait mode. But some things have not improved that much, like the audio quality on this phone. And one more thing that is similar is Apple still hasn't figured out how to club notifications together, and if you just swipe the notification panel down, it's still a mess. If you're going to buy an iPhone 4, 4S, 5 or 5S in 2018, you would just be doing that for the Apple logo. And yes, it is great in some aspects, but you will only be taking a selfie with it and posting it on Instagram with the hashtag iPhone or Apple, and you would definitely look really awesome doing that. And that was all for this video, guys. If you liked the video, make sure to press the thumbs up button and also check out some more content on this channel.